Yo, what's up, guys? This is your boy Sherm,
It's Jay.
and right now we're about to check out a video of how a guy apparently lost it all. So let's get into it.
This is the story of me agreeing to get an older woman pregnant and then her trying to ruin my life. When I was 23, I had a one-night stand with a girl from my hometown named Maria. We both knew it was nothing more than that, and we didn't speak after. Several months later, I received a text from her saying that she hadn't been lucky in love and she wanted a baby before it was too late. So she asked if I would get her pregnant and I wouldn't have to bear any responsibility, like a sperm donor. I considered it and I first thought no, but after some...
Okay, guys, don't ever believe someone if they say something like that. That is so stupid. Why would you believe that? In America, unless you're going directly to a sperm bank, you're almost always going to be responsible. I don't understand why. Like, I get it that he's 23 years old and I'm sure he doesn't know. But, like, why would you put yourself in this situation to even begin with? Like, I understand she's getting to a situation in her life where it's hard for her to find someone and she wants to have a kid soon. But that's not your responsibility. You shouldn't be out here procreating with people that, number one, that you don't like, and then number two, for something that you're not even really involved in.
So, good points. Number one, he didn't know her. Not even didn't like her. Didn't know her. He said they had a one-night stand. Then didn't talk anymore. Then later on, she reaches out and says, "Hey, I haven't had any luck. Would you mind being a sperm donor for me?" You don't even know this person. I've heard situations where people do this kind of thing, where a man will do exactly what he did, but they know each other. They have a history together as like friends or whatever, and they do it. Even then, I still wouldn't advocate. I mean, personally, but whatever.
thing to do for someone struggling. So we filled out an ironclad agreement, and basically I wouldn't be responsible at all. A while later, she told me she was ovulating, and then a few weeks after that, she told me she was pregnant and it had worked. I went back to California for work, and we didn't speak after that. Unbeknownst to me, she contacted my family behind my back and invited them to the baby shower. They then began getting dinner or whatever regularly, and as she got to know my parents started encouraging me to be in the baby's life. And once
You got to get to know people, because it's obviously she tried to backdoor her way into the situation. I don't know what this guy does for a living, but I don't know. I just have the feeling that he might be well off, and that's why she kind of went around and doing it. Because maybe when they had their one night stand, she kind of figured that she's not the woman that he would take seriously, so she tried to use like a backdoor method. Because that's very sneaky to say, "Oh, okay, well, I just wanted to have a baby with you. You don't have any responsibility," and then you're going to try to reach out to his family. Like, I get it. Listen, you want your child to know the family. That's fine, but do it on the up and up. Don't say that, "Hey, you're going to be a sperm donor," and then, "Oh, by the way, you're an actual dad." Like, no, that's wrong.
I found out it was a little girl, I thought it was the right thing to do. I flew home to be there for the birth, and I got a tattoo of our daughter's middle name before she was born. After our daughter was born, Maria wanted us to be together and be a family. And when I said I didn't want to do that, she wouldn't let me see my daughter. My main source of income at the time was the Airbnb that I owned. And she said this a few months after she was born. I felt bad, so I let her move in for several months, rent-free. Once she moved out...
Just a simp. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I felt bad. So you felt bad. You just continuously let people walk all over you. At some point in time, I don't know if I believe that he actually really felt bad, because, okay, he felt bad that she wanted to have a baby, had a baby. They felt bad that she had a contract, but basically said that I'm just a sperm donor. There's just some things on his part that's not really adding up.
He didn't make any smart decisions, but I'll say this. You're forgetting that this child is his kid. So felt bad meaning, it's one thing if it's a random person like, "Hey, I need a place to stay for 2 months. I'm on hard times." Oh, okay. So this is his kid, so it's a little bit different. Was he gonna let his kid stay on the street?
Yeah, no. I mean, I get it. Yeah. I mean, that's understandable.
Yeah.
It just seems that, like, he has no breaking point. It's like they just keep saying something. They keep moving the needle further and further away, and then, like, it's just excuses. I feel bad.
I think she recognized he's a good mark.
Yeah, because he said
proved
that he
himself
owns,
to be a good mark.
Yeah, that he has Airbnbs. So, like, he's smart with business.
I don't even mean that, because he is obviously someone who has a bleeding heart. So she knew that she could abuse his kindness or take his weakness, or abuse his kindness is probably the best way to put it.
She told me this: "I've never done anything to warrant supervised visits, but I agreed to keep the peace. I would come home as often as I could to see our daughter, and things were usually okay when I was there. These are all from her Facebook. One Halloween, I didn't want to wear matching costumes with Maria, so she wouldn't let me see my daughter for a while. And when our daughter was being baptized, I drove a 14-hour round trip from Nashville to attend. And because I didn't want to see Maria the night before, she didn't allow me to come to the baptism at all. Soon after this, she served me with child support, saying that our original contract wasn't valid because our daughter didn't have a social security number yet. And I didn't fight her on it. I didn't have the time. I was living away. I ended up paying her $10,000 up front and $750 a month.
Oh God! Like, what's happening? What's happening with the story? Come on, man. Like, it's obviously that. I mean, she's a psycho. I can't stand when someone has power over someone and just abuses it. Like, oh, you're not wearing matching costumes with me, so okay, you can't see. Like, I can't say it. That's one of those things. I'll be honest. Like, just being a man in America makes you really not want to have kids in America, just because you hear of these stories happening so often. Like, that's ridiculous.
I mean, he's not the smartest guy in the world when it comes to this situation, dude. I mean, come on, bro. Like, from jump, and maybe just from jump, if a woman asked me to be a sperm donor, which wouldn't happen anyway, I'm not going to even consider it because I already know the laws. Okay, if he was to consider this, what he should have done is done his homework and said, okay, what are the possible drawbacks of this decision I'm about to make? What could happen if things go wrong, which they did? Because he was looking at it like, oh, sure, I'll help her out. No big deal. No. What could go wrong? Could I be put on child support? Yes. Is this woman crazy? Maybe. I don't know her that well. You know, just things you should probably consider that he didn't. So far, I'm putting 75% of the blame on him.
I'm definitely putting 75% of the blame on him because he's just doing stupid stuff.
Stupid stuff.
Like, just really dumb things. Like, the start of the story was dumb to me.
Facts.
I was able to move home soon after that, and I began seeing our daughter regularly. Everything was going really well until I got a girlfriend. Even though she had a boyfriend who was regularly around our daughter, she said that my girlfriend couldn't be around our daughter. I was able to get our daughter for an afternoon, and Maria asked what I was doing. I told her that I was with my girlfriend, and we were at Lowe's together. She freaked out. I said I'd bring her daughter back to her as soon as we were done, but instead Maria drove to Lowe's, apparently called my dad, and was running up and down the aisle screaming. I don't know what actually happened, but she was freaking out, just blowing up my phone, thinking she was in danger. And keep in mind, my girlfriend is a mom as well as a nurse. Our daughter was never in any danger. When I offered Maria and my girlfriend to get to know each other so they'd be comfortable, with my daughter being around, she immediately said no and, called my girlfriend a word that rhymes with chore and refused to get to know her. Maria then made a public post saying,
I'm sorry. And this is going to sound really mean. Grow some balls, bro. Grow some balls. Grow some freaking balls. Grow some testes. Because this story, first time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. Like, at this point, man, I don't even want to hear you complain. Because you did it to yourself. You got to cuff your balls, man. You got to grow up.
By the way, he didn't get a DNA test on this child.
Another stupid thing.
Well, I don't know if he did or not, actually. He didn't say that he did. Well, but I haven't heard him say it.
The story's not over yet, so we'll find out.
That I was a deadbeat dad and that I hadn't seen our daughter in weeks. Here I am with our daughter just a few days prior to this post. I also left my best friend's bachelor party a day early so I could be home for Father's Day, and she still wouldn't allow me to see her. She even said this to my grandmother. She had her friends comment mean things on my girlfriend's social media.
Okay, that's crossing the line.
What happened?
She even said something to his grandmother. I'm sorry, that's crossing the line, bro. That's crossing the line. That's crazy.
Multiple times, even though my girlfriend has never been anything but nice to Maria. Because Maria tends to do this, I want to make sure that she doesn't twist the story and make it seem like I abandoned our daughter. I recently found out that our daughter isn't mine. I don't know who the dad is, but I've had 2 paternity tests done, and they both say this.
Oh my, bro. Oh my gosh. No, bro, you're a simp. You're dumb. You're just dumb. There's no way. So you paid child support, you did all this, and you didn't even take a DNA test? You're dumb.
Man, she chose the right one.
Yeah, he's a simp. He
She
is a
shows-
simp. He is a super simp.
I gotta give her credit for that. She's good at choosing her mark. I'll say that. Not condoning what she did.
Oh no, she's
whatsoever.
obviously a terrible person.
Terrible person.
She's a terrible person.
But she's a good judge of character. He has a good character, and she's a good judge of it because he is very, very. I mean, his story just continually gets worse. She took my money. She took over my Airbnb. She texted my grandmother crazy stuff. By the way, the child's not mine. Like, dang.
And he got the child tatted on him.
Right. Although,
Stupid. So hold on. You're willing to sit through a tattoo appointment but not a DNA test?
that's good.
That's dumb. That's dumb.
You know what's crazy? I think there's a lot of there's a lot of stats online. You got to verify because you can find anything online. So
Yeah.
if this is incorrect, forgive me, but I've seen some stats out there that say there's a large number of children that are born each year that are not by the
Person on the birth certificate.
person on the birth certificate.
I'm not surprised.
And the woman knows most of the time, but they don't say anything, and it's not illegal apparently.
you know there are some states where it's like they don't even check.
No, I don't think it's mandatory in any state to check. I think you have to request it, which to me is just
Protect your seed, guys. Protect your seed at all costs. Even if you don't listen, this guy was 23 years old. Well, it seems like he had his life in order, but there are a lot of guys who are very young. They don't have their life in order, so they throw their lives away on like little remedial stuff. And you never know what you're going to become one day. You have a sucky 20 years, your first 20 years, and then the next 20 years be great. You could be an athlete, you could become a star. Anything in the world can happen to you. You can actually start your own business and be successful. But the thing that would hinder you is something that you did in your past. So I urge people not to make dumb decisions. Like, this guy is...
like what? So really quick, like what was the benefit to him besides the goodness of his heart? Out of that deal they agreed upon, what did he get out of it? Because at first he wasn't supposed to be in a child's life. Because you could say, oh, he has a daughter because he was spending time with her and all that. But before, when they originally made the agreement, it was supposed to be a sperm donor. Oh well, yeah, because sperm donors get paid. He didn't get paid, I don't think. He just did it to be kind.
You just feel bad.
Nah, not with someone you don't know. That's crazy. One night stand? You met her at a one night stand.
And she randomly called you up and felt
Do
sad.
you see what I'm saying? Like, no, I mean, okay. Anyway,
I'm curious to know how they met.
a one night. Oh, well, how? Okay, I don't know.
I'm curious to know. Because it seems like he has his business in order. So was he at like a fancy place and he met her and, she could kind of see what he had? And then that led her to do all this?
Well, he said he had one Airbnb. I mean, I don't know if he's like a multi-millionaire real estate investor, but he does seem like he has himself together.
Yeah. Financially, it's just
So I don't know.
mentally. I mean, bro, I know you can't have everything in life, but it's like, dude, have common sense. This is dumb.
It was stupid.
I believed Maria when she told me that I was the only possible father. The situation was weird, but I was always happy to be a dad. I knew that Maria already knew she was pregnant. She had to have when she asked me to get her pregnant. I didn't think that was something that someone would lie about to another human being. Not only to me, but my entire family as well. Everybody's distraught about this. Maria, I allowed you to paint me as the villain and you as the victim for years to keep peace, but I hope you know that the only victim here is your child.
Nah, bro, you're a victim. I'm sorry.
He's actually not a victim. You know what he is? He's very, very lucky.
For what?
It's not his child. He has proof.
He's probably still paying for child support, knowing him.
Oh, that's crazy.
You saw the rest of the story.
But at the very end, he said, Maria, I like your child. He very, very specifically said your. So it makes me feel like he has that
did say that.
separation.
He did say that.
So
But I feel like he's so nice. He already has a tat. I don't see him leaving.
you got to be kidding me. There's no way he's staying to pay with that to pay for the child. There's
Look,
no way.
look what everything else he did.
No, we have to follow. Hey, we gotta
People
find.
tell me in the comment section. Tell me in the comment section, guys.
We gotta find this guy. There's no way he's still paying child support. If he does, then no.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I have no help. No hope for him, bro.
No.
I just have no hope.
No, I think he learned his lesson. I think that's why he posted this on the internet. He's like, I almost got burnt. I dodged a bullet. The child's not saying that he wouldn't love the child, but the child's not his. Hands are clean. Learn your lesson. That's how I take it.
He didn't dodge a bullet. That was a whole lot of BS he went through.
But he learned from it.
That's true.
You think he's gonna do this ever again in his life?
I hope not.
No. He'll be smart now. This is a lesson. Don't ever do this. Even with someone you care about, you're in a relationship with, you better be careful because he sees what can happen.
Like, I don't know, this would just never cross my mind.
None, of course.
Some girl that had a one night stand with says, "Hey, you know what? I'm having a hard time finding anyone that would want to procreate with me.
That's wild.
So I choose you.
That's wild.
I choose you.
Yeah.
Like right now, let's do it. Impregnate me, and then you don't have to pay anything. I'll sign a contract, even though I barely know you.
Crazy.
And a couple months later, I hit up your family. Like, bro, she's very She's evil, man.
She's loca. The part that, so I have friends, I know people, right? I know friends who have known each other for a long time, a guy and a girl. And the girl asked the dude that by a certain age, and I've heard this being done from other people too.
I mean,
But yeah, this is a real life story I'm very close to and know intimately, that she told the guy, like, hey, by the time I hit this age, if I don't have any person yet, would you be a donor for me? I don't know what the guy said, but so in that situation, and they've known each other for years now, and they know each other's character and everything else. Still don't know if it's advisable, but it's way different than a girl you had a one night stand with, didn't speak with, and then all out the blue, she's like, "Can you give me a baby?"
you know what else I've heard of?
What's that?
I've heard of same-sex couples doing this. I've heard of two women.
I've heard that too.
They're trying to have a kid, and like I said, it's not
Yeah.
all of them, but this is ones that I personally know. Mm-hmm. Two of them that tried to have a kid, they couldn't have a kid, so they tried to. They basically got a guy that they were both cool with.
You mean they couldn't have a kid? Of course they couldn't have a kid. What do you mean?
I mean.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like they were. Okay, go.
We know.
I got you.
We know. Right. But basically, they got a guy that they're cool with to impregnate one of them.
All right, yeah.
And then they had to. I guess there's some kind of terminology for it. I can't remember. It's like a ghetto pregnant. I can't remember the name
Ghetto
of it.
pregnant? What is this? This is new? It's a TikTok thing, isn't it? Ghetto pregnancy?
I don't know the name of it, but apparently there's a name for it.
But why ghetto? What's ghetto about it?
That's a deal that I would never take. Because if I want to have a child, I would definitely want to be in his life. And
that's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, I just wouldn't. I don't know. I just think it's so odd to have like your DNA running around and it's just kind of like, I'm your dad, kind of. Maybe, no.
Technically speaking, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think it would be kind of weird. And then that child would want to like reach out. Like, I'm not saying like donating sperm is bad. I mean, there are people that obviously need it who can't have kids. It's just like this whole person, you know, like I don't understand how it would work. So like, it's a person you know, you want to have kids with them just because you're cool with them. Are you still gonna be around, or is it like you guys have like a parenting situation?
Oh, that's a good question.
That sounds terrible to me too. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, because would y'all stop being friends at that point? Because once she has a kid, the kid is y'all. Like, are you gonna be friends with him and never tell the kid you're the dad?
Yeah, that's weird. Are you just Uncle Robbie?
Oh, that's weird. No.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I didn't think about that. What happens after?
Not only that, but then you have to co-parent. So then,
well, you know what? That's the thing is they say you don't have to. They say just donate your sperm and you don't have to co-parent.
I'm just saying the situation where it's like the woman knows the guy for a long time, and then
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't ever believe any of that, to be honest with you. It all sounds like some hokey pokey to me.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. If y'all still friends too, it's not gonna work.
Because you can't. Here's the thing: you can't tell me that like, okay, you don't have to pay anything, and then what happens if she loses her job or something bad happens? I guarantee you that she would reach out to the guy.
Absolutely.
So then what's it like?
Yeah.
Or reach out to the fan. Like, nah, I'm good. Not interested. Decision makers, don't ever do this. This is dumb.
Well, don't do it in the way he tried to do it. Like, if you want to go the way,
yeah, if you want to go to sperm bank, then yeah, that's fine. You want to.
Or even if, or even if you're a couple, you can have kids and you get a surrogate. Even that's fine because you don't. There's no personal connection there. I mean, you get to know the person or whatever, but after the baby comes, that's it.
Yeah, but don't do it with someone that you. I don't know. Things just get too complicated.
Yeah, it's too complicated. That's what it is. It's not like it's a morally wrong thing. It's just complicated. So I don't know.
Yeah. Ultimately, guys, he made all the bad decisions. The girl's obviously out of her mind. Let us know what you think. Do you think he made good decisions? Do you think he's a complete victim? Do you think she's insane? You're probably right. All right, decision makers, we're out. Don't pregnant anyone.
Unless you want to.
Unless you want to.